current basketball coach, has a basketball team. He's saying that basically Bronny couldn't play on his basketball team. I watched some of the tape. I'm not a good guy to assess NBA basketball, NBA talent. To me, he looks fine. I don't see anything wrong. I look at him, he looks a little slight, he looks a little small. But then earlier today, before I got on to do the show, I looked at somebody who I liked watching, which was Lou Williams. And I looked up Lou Williams' height, and Lou Williams is 6'1". So that's what I'm going to go. Where is Bronny James? How good is he? And is all of the hoopla that he's not good, is that just for what they call publish or perish, just to have something to talk about? Or is there some validity to the fact that he's not an NBA caliber player?
I mean, well, when it comes down to it, everyone's looking for Bronny to be great. And truth of the matter is, he's not great yet. He's good. He's good enough to be in the NBA. It's the reason why he's in the NBA. He's not his father. Everyone wants him to be LeBron James Sr. He's not LeBron James Sr. He's LeBron James Jr. He's never going to be his father. They've never been the same type of player. LeBron was blessed with height and such a athletic build at such a young age. That's rare. It's not something that's common. Even with his younger son, Bryce, he's 6'4". He still isn't built like his father. So the fact that everybody wants Bronny to be LeBron James Sr., it's like, stop.
So do you mean to tell me, because like I said, when I watch him play, I'm not a good assessor of talent when it comes to basketball, you know, because I didn't think like somebody like, for instance, Kawhi Leonard. I remember when he first came in the league to where he was when he's an all-star, winning the championship, totally different, you know, a better version. So I don't see anything wrong with like Bronny. I look at him like, okay, this guy looks like a baller. He looks pretty fast. He was missing his shots, but I saw some aggression. I see, like I said, what's the difference between somebody like Bronny and like a Drew Holiday? I know Drew Holiday is a little bigger. Bronny's a little smaller, but so was Lou Will. But Lou Will was an excellent scorer. So where is he in between those guys?
I feel like at the trajectory that Bronny is going, he may cap out at a Drew Holiday, which is really good. Drew Holiday is like 6'4", 6'5".
Okay.
But Drew Holiday is strong enough to play. He can defend in the modern NBA. He can defend probably the 1 through the 4. Whereas if he was back in the 90s, he wasn't going to be defending any. He'll probably be defending just point guards, shooting guards, maybe small forwards. As far as Bronny, that first game, everyone has their own idea of how things are supposed to go. If Bronny would have scored 30 and his team would have won, everyone would have said, oh, come on, it's nothing real. It's just summer league. Bronny scored 4. He had a bad shooting night, just like every other person on his team. There's only one guy who I believe had a good shooting night. And his last name, Henson, he went 5 for 7 from three-point range. I think he was the high man with about 17. But he's the only one that had a good shooting night. Even their first-round pick, Dalton Connect, had a bad shooting night. And when it comes to Summer League, it's different for a lot of people because NBA Summer League is an opportunity for a lot of undrafted, teams. These are an opportunity for all NBA teams to scout these players. Some of these players don't have the contract. Some of these players, they're playing to see if they can get into the G League possibly. If not, they're going to go overseas. So they're playing for something. Dalton Connect, Bronny aren't playing for something just to get reps in. So some of these players, they're going to be jockeying. They're going to be taking shots, and like even someone like Maxwell Lewis, he was the second-round pick the previous year. He started off the game on fire. He scored 10 points in the first quarter. I think he was like 4 for 5 at that point. And then he only ended up with 14. He ended up shooting bad the rest of the game. He's trying to work his way into a rotation, or at least develop himself good enough to where if he's traded somewhere, he's going to be a major piece. So at the end of the day, everyone looking down and saying, oh, Bronny shot bad. Everyone shot bad. If we're going to tell the story, let's tell the whole story. Everyone on that team shot bad except for Henson. And there's another guy, Kuzi, too, that played well. But other than those two, collectively as a team, they didn't play well. They only had 2 days of practice before they actually said, okay, we're going to play together. these people are coming together for a short period of time and they're expected to do great things. Sometimes it works out like that. Sometimes it doesn't. Bronny is more than ready to be an NBA player.
Okay,
There's players right now that he's better than.
so it sounds to me like they're trying to compare him already to Mount Rushmore, LeBron, and that's super unfair. So, give me a comparison that'd be closer to where Bronny would be. You said like his ceiling would be Drew Holiday. You're saying a Drew Holiday type of player, but Drew Holiday stature wise is a lot bigger than him. We'll say. So give me someone who, and okay, why not Lou Will? Because remember, I'm coming from a football background. I like football, so I see Lou Will. He's 6'1", and I saw him playing in a different league. Him and another guy was playing in the league, and Lou Will was getting buckets. And it kind of reminded me. I'm like, well, I can see LeBron doing off the dribble, taking jump shots, doing the same thing. Difference between Lou Will and Bronny, both 6'1", 6'2". The difference.
Well, the difference is like Lou Will was a score first type of player.
Okay.
Bronny is very unselfish, almost to his detriment. He plays the game the right way, like his father. He does. He has taken some things from his father, which makes him a good basketball player. But one of the major difference is he's going to make the right play rather than get his own. And not that, Lou Williams is selfish in any type of way for looking for his shot, but that's just the type of player he was. He's going to look for his shot first and then pass second.
Okay.
Bronny's the opposite.
Different player. So defensive-wise, because playing both sides of the ball and playing the correct way, who would we compare him to? Because Lou Will, that's a different person. That's a different player. Size-wise, Bronny, NBA, who was his comparison? Two-way player, pass first type of guy. Who are we talking about?
I mean, if we're going all around, if we're just going to go off of defense, I would say he's more like Davion Mitchell, who just got traded from the Sacramento Kings. You can say Derek White. He's going to be a good on-the-ball defender and off-the-ball defender. He's a good defender. He has the basketball IQ for that. He has the ability to assess what the next player's movement is going to look like.
Okay,
he's pretty good defender.
I can't wait to see. So he's gonna be playing in the league. This is not somebody who's just not gonna make it all the way to the league. Actually playing for the Lakers. He's gonna be on the Lakers, playing for the Lakers this year on their bench.
Yeah, he's going to be on the bench. How much playing time? We don't know yet.
Okay.
The Lakers are still trying to figure out their roster. And to be perfectly honest, even if he doesn't get a lot of – you will see him on the court with his father at some point. History needs to be made. Get it. But I'm more open to seeing how he earns his way into the rotation, whether it's this year or next year. I feel like eventually people will see how good he is because – he's actually a really good player, and he has potential to be a great player. But the comparisons and it's just an unfair criticism that is thrown his way because he is LeBron's son.
Sorry, but one more thing. Even if we don't compare him to LeBron James, right? I mean, because that's crazy. Hall of Famer, first ballot. You already know, like arguably the best of all time. But comparing him to a first rounder, period, would be unfair.
Not necessarily.
Okay, so
they have first rounders who were drafted in this year's rookie draft, and I believe I'm not sure of the guy's name. But there was a first rounder who averaged like 2.9 points.
Okay. See, there we go. That's what I was getting at. That's where I was getting at because you have all of these guys. You have the sports talk radio, and I mean they are gunning for Bronny. They say things like he couldn't make their high school basketball team. Now, is that just like hyperbole? I want to get clicks. I want to get likes. Is that what that's about?
That's completely disrespectful.
Okay.
And they need to, and honestly, let's just be honest. These are a lot of casuals. A lot of these people are just casuals. They say they love the game, but nah, they reporting on all sports. When it comes to Bronny and I look at his ability to do the things he does, they couldn't hold a candle to him. The disrespect of saying he can't be on your high school basketball team is extremely disrespectful. extremely disrespectful. He played in one of the better schools in California, at Sierra Canyon. He played with some of the better players he played with each year. There was players ahead of him and during his year that are in the NBA.
So it's BS. This is just straight for clicks and
It's
likes then.
complete. It's
Oh,
complete BS.
because what happens
Here's
is,
the thing.
real quick, what happens is you got have guys like me who I say I'm a little below the casual fan when it comes to basketball. Football is my thing, but I do enjoy basketball every now and then. So when I hear these guys talking about it, first thing I'm getting is like, oh, Bronny James, this is just nothing but nepotism. He's not even good. And for me, I'm looking at it. I look online. I didn't see really too many splash plays online from like high school and things of that nature from Bronny. I see that he can jump. I definitely see that he can jump. That's just crazy. But I don't see anything that makes him look any different from a lot of the highlights that I see online from some high school basketball players. Like take somebody like what's the kid named Mikey or something to that. So similar to that. So I can't gauge whether that's NBA style play or not. So when I hear these professionals or guys in the media saying that, oh, Bronny James couldn't make my high school basketball team and all that, that's just for clicks. Disrespectful for clicks.
It's one of those things, and it's crazy you touched on Mikey Williams. It's unfortunate with his situation because, I mean, luckily he is getting a second chance, and he's going to be at UCF this upcoming college basketball season. But Mikey Williams was very, very good. But Mikey Williams isn't even that tall. Mikey Williams is about the same height.
Okay.
Ultimately, when it comes down to it, it's more than just what you do on the court. It's the character. And the thing that's crazy is when you speak on nepotism, it's been prevalent throughout sports, non-sports, entertainment, non-entertainment. Like, nepotism is going to be around. I don't have a problem with nepotism. I think nepotism is actually good. But the problem is when you're not good enough. There's plenty of people who are sons of NBA greats who reach for the stars to get into the NBA, and nepotism helped them get a little further, but their talent kept them there.